എൻ്റെ ഉള്ളിൽ കുടികൊള്ളേണമേ എൻ്റെ സദ്ഗുരുനാഥ.
What is spirituality? So basically, a human being is an animal, a Homo sapien. It is an animal we find in the zoology table, Homo sapien, man. But that's not the end of evolution. If we say the evolution has ended, that means he's a very negative person. Evolution started from the life in a sea, like the fish, like the unicellular creature. The chemicals became reproductive and the amoebas were formed, and thus life started. Later, the fish reached the earth, reached the ground, and it started existing in the ground. And we have Matsya, Kurma, the amphibian, then the pig, Varaha, who can walk in who can crawl actually in 4 legs, not walk exactly. And then Matsya, Kurma, Varaha, Narasimha. There we became a Homo sapien. We are Narasimhas. That means half of us is an animal. We feel like an animal, we behave like an animal, sometimes even we bark like an animal. That is the Narasimha state. But when the evolution goes on, the souls who come to this earth, they became Vamana, the small man who wanted to meditate. Vamana went to King Mahabali and requested 3 feet of soil. For what? For meditating. Through this meditation, he became a giant. And all the materialistic glories, the Mahabali, a great king who gave a wonderful materialistic supreme life to the people, bowed at the feet of Vamana, because Mahabali understood that materialism has now come to an end. When you become Vamana, you are in the next state of evolution. You are not satisfied with the body pleasures. You are not satisfied with the truth that your intellect tells you. Science tells you a lot of things. They are wonderful things. But you are not satisfied. You want a direct experience of what life is. And you want to know about the truth of life. You start asking questions. Why am I here? What happens when I die? Where did my grandfather and grandmother and all these people go? What will happen to me when I die? All these questions come to you. And when these questions become very concrete in your mind, you start thinking like a Vamana. You want to meditate. That stage is called sadhana state. 99% of the people living on the earth don't even care for that. They don't even know. That's what Sri Krishna says. 1 million people will come to know about this path. Maybe 10,000 people know or learn about this path. Then 1,000 try to follow. And finally, one reaches. It's so difficult. That's a part of the cosmic evolution. Spiritual life starts when you start thinking. I'm not talking about religious people who go to temples or churches and mosques and all that, do all those things prescribed in the ancient books. That's all religious. They want to make a social group, and they want to be a part of it, and they want to feel importance, and they want power, like that. But spiritual people are different. They are not satisfied by what is said in the text. They want to go beyond that. All the Maharshis in Hinduism, the Sufis in Islam, the Zen in Buddhism, all these people are like this. They want spiritual growth. And a guru should lead you into spirituality. When I think of my guru, Swami Satyananda Saraswati, who was basically a school teacher, and later he became a sannyasi. At a very young age, he became a sannyasi. And he was a disciple of Swami Nilakanta Gurupada in a village called Chengotukodam in Trivandrum. Later, he became a granary of knowledge. He took care of his body very well. He was a yogi. He used to guide people in yoga. And he had such a wonderful physique. Not that six-pack body that we see. Just different, but it was really wonderful. Though he was not that high and all that. He was not very hefty, but he was beautiful. The body was wonderful. Just like the body of our Malayali champ, Mammootty, the film actor. No extra muscles and all that, but it was wonderful. He took care of his body and he taught his disciple how to take care of the body. He taught me a lot of lessons in yoga. Well, I met him when I was a student doing my BA English Literature in the University College in Kerala, in Trivandrum. At that time, when I met him for the first time, his puja didn't impress me because there was a lot of music and there was a lot of dance and all this thing. He used to dance with camphor in his hand. So I enjoyed the dance because he went on in circles in clockwise and according to the tune of the song sung. It was really a wonderful visual beauty. But my concept about spirituality was not like that. Even at that time, I was visiting a lot of gurus and sannyasis and all that. Even in the deep forest, I used to go and meet people sitting in rocks and all that. They were all sitting in meditation and they were all keeping away from the society. And I thought that was spirituality. But here is a man who was dancing with camphor according to the song sung by a group of bhajan singers. That didn't impress me. But I went to talk to him. It was late night, maybe 11 o'clock. He started talking to me and I fell flat. He told me that a spiritual life is a very, very different life and it's the greatest life in the world. And for attaining great and wonderful things, wonderful knowledge and all that, you have to sacrifice a lot of small things. That impressed me. Isn't it a challenge? Well, I asked him the questions, is there a God? He said yes. The next question, have you seen God? He said yes. And the third question, can you show God to me? These are the true classical questions of any sadhaka. Swami Vivekananda asked these three questions to his guru, Swami Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, and immediately Ramakrishna Paramahamsa showed him the God. So I thought, but if he is a real, he will definitely show me the God. Because I was interested in God even from a very, very young age. You won't believe I was meditating even at the age of 5 and all that. So I was intensely seeking a guru who has really seen God, not talking about God and all that. Then he asked me a question. Before asking me this question, he told me a story. He said, there was a big elephant in a village and it had a proud owner, the man who owns the elephant. They used to walk in the street and the owner always felt proud when walking with the elephant. One day they were walking through the street of the village. Then one beggar was sitting on the roadside. He was a beggar, not even a penny in his hand of his own. He was looking at the proud honor, the way he has dressed and the pride glittering in his eyes and all that. And when he came near the beggar asked a question, "Sir, what's the price of this elephant? What amount of money should I give to buy this elephant from you?" And the owner laughed at the beggar and went forward. He said this story. Then I asked, so what? What's the moral in the story? So then my guru asked, you are the beggar and I am the proud owner. This elephant is mine, right? And I have worked hard and made a lot of money to buy this. And you are sitting in the side of the street with a begging bowl and you want to know what's the price of this elephant. But I am not laughing at you because you ask these questions from the inmost sincerity that comes from your heart. I know that. So I'm not laughing at you. Then I asked him, why common people are not seeing God? Though they pray, my mother was a very big devotee of God. My father was a meditator, I should say. He got Upadesham and mantra from Sri Ramakrishna order. So he was meditating every day. And my grandmother, my father's mother, was meditating from morning till evening. So I was born in a spiritual family. But in spite of all this heavy work, in spite of this Herculean work in spiritual field, they don't see God. Why? Then my guru said, see, this is an art. This is a science. To learn something big, something great, something extraordinary, you have to do a lot of sacrifices. Without sacrifice, no one can learn anything of importance. Let it be science, maths, business, whatever that is, acting. You have to do a lot of sacrifices. When you see a superstar in a film or a superstar walking through the hotel lobby with all the fans around him, you may think, oh, lucky person, he has become such a famous person, a celebrity. But the amount of sweat that he has put on it, the hard work that he has done to attain that, that thing never comes to your mind. And we imagine, oh, if I get a chance, I will also be like this. No, you will never get a chance because you never ask for it. Similarly, spirituality is a very, very, very difficult art. It's a difficult science. You have to sacrifice so many things to attain it. Then I asked my guru, what should I sacrifice? He smiled. You will have to sacrifice everything. Your identities. I know that you are coming from a very rich family in Trivandrum and your father is a very famous person. I know about you. Some people told me about all these things. And you are learning literature and all that. So there is always a hope for you. Some dreams, some identities. You are rich and so you identify with richness. Your family is very popular. So all these things. That identification with power, identification. My father was a politician. So there was always my house was always a packet of power. So all this feeling of importance in the society, feeling of importance in the college and all these things were there. So I understood what he was talking about. And your dreams. At that time I wanted to become a film director. Basically I was working as an assistant director also at that time. So you have a lot of identities. You have to sacrifice each identity, whatever great it is, whatever wonderful it is, whatever natural it is.